What's good? If you're a serious artist and you're looking to perfect your craft and promote your product, Foul Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth Podcast have a very great service to provide right here for you at an affordable cost. Get your product in front of millions and millions of views per month right here on all three platforms. Make sure you email me at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com or OGod at hiphopun.com. You'll see both of those emails in the description box. Now, if you're serious about your art, hip-hop, R&B, whatever act you got going on in the music game and you want to promote your product in front of 500,000 subscribers, email us right now. We'll give you a great promotional price. Don't waste your time. Promote your product right now. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I'm your brother OGod from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother saying, man. Viral Hip Hop News. We're in the building. The Uncensored Truth Podcast. Oh God, what's good, man? We in here killing it third, fourth day in a row. I don't know what it is. Episode, whatever it is,
We're
man.
Gonna keep on pushing.
That's what it is, man. Episode, whatever. Shout out to people on SoundCloud, YouTube, all three platforms. Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth Podcast. If you are listening or watching, we appreciate you, man. I wanted to talk a little bit. Let me get beginning before we get into our 1-2 about hip hop, man.
Yeah, man.
Hip hop. Today's hip hop is something else. I was talking about a little bit about the numbers, and I was talking about Travis Scott and how he was killing the charts right now. And then Trippie Redd, he was coming out doing some monster numbers, and that's hip hop today. So I threw a little bit of it on. You say you ain't really hear the album. We do hip hop analysis. We do hip hop news, so it's only fair that we listen to it.
Right.
And nothing, and no disrespect to any one of those brothers, was really catching our attention. It really wasn't. Then I randomly throw on some Kiss.
Yeah.
Just randomly. You know what I mean? You on the phone, you doing your thing, mind completely going, throwing some Kiss. And the whole vibe just completely changed. Talk about hip hop today as a whole, because we don't want to hate on the use, but there's a different fucking sound today. This is what it is. Talk about hip hop today as a whole, man, and why yesterday's ear doesn't really kind of translate to today's listener, man. What's up with that?
I posted up a video this morning. I'm not gonna name the artist, up and coming artist.
Name the artist. Name that motherfucker.
Chinese Kitty. I don't know if I know a young lady who came up, and the dude put on the post on Hip Hop Uncensored. He put I don't know if I'm getting old. He said, but a lot of this, stuff sounds, all it sounds the same. And that's the same thing you just got finished saying, in the car. And I ain't tell you that in the car. I'm telling you now.
Crazy,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just like, I ain't respond to it. And I'm like, but it's kind of like, it's a lot of truth to that, man. And once again, you can't even, a lot of stuff you can't understand, but I'm not trying to come off like I'm a hater. It's just like a different vibe. Again, man, like people like Kiss, and we listened to the Locks and Jay-Z back then, and Pun and DMX and the Wu-Tang. It was just a whole different type of vibe. You know what I mean? Back then, you can understand, and just listen to Kiss's old top 5 joint we was listening to. It's substance. Like, they talking about stuff. People, these cats now, we don't know what the fuck they talking about. So you think hip hop is really, like, when Nas said hip hop is dead, was he correct?
Hip hop. How isn't hip hop as a whole? How isn't it on life support at the very least? Like, we're not getting at anybody nowadays, but this is a new genre. How can you throw Lil Pump in the same conversation as a Jadakiss,
right,
or a T.I.? I see you throwing your Instagram today. You listening to some old T.I. So we ain't even talking from an East Coast sound, even though we definitely East Coast influence. Right. We love spitters in the South. We love spitters out West. We just love spitters. No matter your twang, no matter where you come from, we just love hip hop. And T.I. gave you hip hop. Big Boy gave you hip hop. Killer Mike gave you hip hop. Razzcast out West gave you hip hop. We get hip hop from all different walks of life. But today, for some reason, Travis Scott, people renown this brother as one of the best right now. And I don't want to hate on him, right? But it's no different, man. What's the difference between that and a Trippie Redd? You can't tell me Trippie Redd is hip hop. He's more like he reminds me.
Trippie?
I don't know. I don't know his music like that. It doesn't keep me long enough. It really doesn't. And I don't understand how I don't know what the youth hears, and maybe they can help me in the comment section. Don't call me a hater. Help me understand. Help us understand what it is that you hear that makes them the best at what they do right now. Because when I throw on a Trippie Redd and then I throw on Jadakiss, it's a whole different feeling for me.
But is it like back in the day how your parents would listen to certain different artists and you're like, man, that's corny? Is it the same thing, or is it you saying it's different?
It's different because will we ever acknowledge the fact that any of that was corny? We never said Marvin Gaye was corny. We never said Craig Mack was corny.
True.
We never said anybody that we've heard, Gladys Knight, whoever that was on the radio or on that CD player, whoever we were listening to, whether it be with our grandparents or our parents, we never said that none of that was corny.
It was old people music or something.
It was
like
just
that.
old people music, but we enjoyed it. We danced to it.
Now I love it,
and I love it.
Yeah,
because you get it,
right?
And it is a separation when you get older from the youth to the old. Because we're looking at the kids do these dance moves nowadays, and then when we were young, we had our dance moves and shit, and our parents were looking at us. So there's definitely a divide once you begin to get older. But can't no one deny the fact that there's just a different ear in hip hop. We have a lot of younger hip hop artists that do still go back to the bars, that do spit, that do really just remember and try to refine the art that is hip hop and keep that going in 2018. But you got a whole other genre, and I'm not hating on the young bulls,
not at all.
But it's just different. Can we consider that hip hop? I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I don't want to get crucified, in the comment section. But that's why another thing we were saying is like, I don't really mess with the new cats, too much. And it's, because of the sound. And we find ourselves often listening to people from the 90s, the early 90s, 2000s that put out new music, like we were saying. So, I'm not going to be forced to listen to this garbage, man, either. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back and my little old shit that I listen to, and I'm going to listen to that and be comfortable in that. And if some music comes out, I might hear it on the radio that's hot, I'm gonna rock with them. Now we're gonna give some people that are hot. NBA Youngboy, the other cat, which was the man you were saying,
Moneybagg Yo.
Right. It's a lot of cats out here that's really doing their thing and spitting. So we don't want to paint, everybody, but you got your group who are mumble rappers and are whack, and it ain't real hip hop. That's just what it is.
It ain't real hip hop. It would be different if they just put a different genre toward it. You know what I mean? It would be different and be more respected in that regard. But it's definitely a different age in hip hop, that's for sure. That was a great little a great little introduction to the Uncensored Truth podcast. To everybody listening right now, SoundCloud, watching on YouTube, any one of the platforms. If you watched any of the latest videos from the Uncensored Truth podcast, that we're running a promotion right now. All artists, if you are interested in promoting your work and you trying to get in front of 450,000 plus subscribers and millions of views, come right here to the Uncensored Truth podcast. You'll see links to our emails in the description box. Oh God, what we got going on in the Sicker today?
We're gonna go. This is popping up right now by way of hot new hip hop. My bad. So many different hip hops and hip hop uncensored and this and that. But Casanova, Casanova, according to the New York Post, Casanova is expected to surrender to the police today after an arrest warrant was issued the past weekend. Now, a woman is alleging that he and his crew attacked her because she was videotaping him while he was at a restaurant. Now, the alleged victim, Naya Rucker, claimed in a report Casanova and his crew left her with a broken jaw after the incident. Now, we want to just put it on record that Casanova adamantly denies the allegation that he assaulted anyone, and his lawyer said any contention that he did so, obviously punching her, is totally false. He said, we are in process of conducting our own investigation into these false allegations. So, yeah, he's going to turn himself over and probably make bail, and come out saying, man, what's your thoughts on Casanova 2X turning himself over to the police for alleged assault?
Well, he'll post bail and he'll get out, and then they'll await trial and things like that. We all know that. We talked about this when the story started developing and it initially came out. And I said on the Uncensored Truth podcast a couple of days ago that I'm going to wait to reserve my comment for all the evidence to come out to properly come and start really diving into this. If we're going to dive into it deeper, I'm going to still do that here because I don't really think anything other than the formalities of someone getting an arrest warrant put out for them. And this is what goes on. She made an accusation. He denied it. But if her accusation is strong enough, they're going to put out something for him to come in. He did that. They're going to do their trial. I don't think this is anything different than what goes on. So I'm not going to state anything, whether he's guilty, whether he's right or he's wrong. We all hear the allegations. Hopefully it's not true. If it is true, and I only say hopefully it's not true for the mere fact that I hope a girl didn't get hurt. I hope a brother didn't take it as far as he had to take it to realize that he had to put his hands on a woman in order to seek the justice that he was looking for. I hope that it's just a situation out there. I just put it that way because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But if it is true, then we'll reserve our comment and we'll make it then.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother OGod and Sandman. We're going all the way in. If you're listening, if you're just joining us on SoundCloud, we want to say welcome to the platform. Obviously, the people on YouTube, all our subscribers, the ear to the street. Please go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you share this video. Now, we woke up today, everybody, mid-afternoon, and we see Nicki Minaj, the Hot 97, dropped their interview, and it's a lot of fire going back and forth between Nicki Minaj and Safari. Sam, and let us know what's going on with that whole crazy shit that's going on.
Man, so we over here talking about real hip hop. Real hip hop in the building today. Shout out to Eazy-E. Rest in peace on my shirt right now. But we didn't want to get into the tea, let's say, when it comes to the relationship. We all know that these are two exes. We all know how ex relationships go. We all got dirty laundry on our ex, and we all don't want that shit to air, but it seems like it's starting to air itself out now. Let's get to the bars real quick, because Nicki was definitely emphatic when the question was raised by Funk Master Flex on whether or not our man Safari writes or wrote for Nicki Minaj, because we all know that Safari came out for a while and said he was the writer.
Yeah, I thought that was a fact.
Thought it was a fact.
Right.
Nicki got something to say to you. Let's hear it. Okay. Shout out to the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get this right here.
How was he involved? Like, how was he involved?
I wish I could call the two guys that were in the group, and I didn't know you were going to talk about this.
Oh shit!
But I'll say this, and the reason why you've seen him backtracking and all that stuff is because
I saw it like a month ago. I saw him kind of like say, "Well, that's not exactly what happened," or
because it's not, and it was never the truth. And sometimes with me, a person knows that they can't really say anything to hurt me, but they know if they say that I will take it to heart. Hold on. I wanna hit this guy. He has no clue. I didn't know you were gonna talk about this. But when I came in for my mixtapes and stuff, and even Fendi and I haven't spoken in years.
That's right. So Fendi used to was he managing you?
Yeah, I was signed to his label, his production company. You've never, let me tell you, Fendi would have been the first person. Fendi would have been the first person to tell you if I ever had any help with my writing. With all the fucked up shit he said about me, he's never said that, because Fendi will tell you, he would call me, I would be writing my songs and I would be matching them up with Biggie's songs, and I would play it and go line for line and match the line, like Warning and Dead Wrong and all this stuff. I would sit in a room by myself for 14 to 15 hours doing that. It's so ironic to me, because when we started the group, we all laughed at him, at Safari, because he I'm not trying to be funny, he couldn't rap. He couldn't rap.
I didn't mean to ask the question. You took it up.
Oh God, you started laughing. I'm gonna stop it right there real quick, all right? Because Nicki, first off, you thought it was a fact.
Yeah,
that Safari wrote for her. Now Safari came out recently and said that that wasn't true, that she wrote her bars, blah, 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 blah. But Nicki, this is really her first response in answering that question. What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not, he does his little thing in the music. I'm not trying to take those shots, at what he does. I mean, some people that like what he's doing, but I'm not really into his rapping. And that's the thing that I would say, you would have to be hot yourself in order. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, to me, that's just common sense. Not saying, not trying to discredit them at all. I guess people won't say I am, at this point, but it's just like, if you ain't spitting no hot bars yourself, how could you be writing some hot bars for somebody else?
I'll put it to you this way. They've been broke up for some time now. He's had plenty of time and room to separate himself from Nicki Minaj and take his own craft and take his own artistry over and talk and be his own brand if he was writing for her. We see where Nicki is. We see where he is as far as rappers are concerned. And it doesn't really fucking compare.
Did Nicki fall off, though, after she left him? Because when she was with him, she was, I mean,
Nicki fall off. So
did you say that?
No, I didn't say that Nicki fell off after Safari. Nicki had a good couple of years as well with Meek Mill, and they were doing their thing, but she still was going at it. She was still the queen of hip hop at the time. I don't think anybody was questioning that during that run with Meek. I think after Meek, you could possibly throw that out there, and we will. But let's hear. Nicki has some more. Yeah. Nicki came at it hard. Let's hear more. What else you have to say?
Pause.
Just a little musically. I want to be on me. If I was dating you and no longer allowed to date you and you were dating someone else, I kind of understand where the hurt came in. You can kind of see where
it was hurt, and I'm gonna tell you
where it came. Right?
I was told via an email that the hurt was because my lyrics that I wrote to Meek on By a Heart.
I mean, the hurt he should have felt. Listen, you know how he looked out here, right, when that was going on. Terrible.
Yeah, but you don't know the fucked up shit he did.
No, but yes. But I'm saying, but you see what I'm saying, like.
But let me tell you something. It don't give you a right to lie about someone's craft just because you know they're a woman and people would believe you. So now years later you want to come back. Years later you want to come back and say, oh, by the way, I lied. Years later after you've tried to tarnish my image, and that's corny. And I've gotten over it because you can go and listen to Queen and you can hear the truth for your motherfucking self.
People before you, why did that rumor exist? Is because there have been artists before you that there have been a few female artists that have been known to have writers.
Right.
So I gotta admit that I did believe it when it was happening. Well, I believed it when it was happening, when it was being said in the beginning.
Because I'm a female? That's fucking corny to me. No. That is fucking corny because I'm a female.
No.
If I'm with a man, if I'm standing next to a man and I'm clearly more intelligent than this person and much more well spoken and clearly, here. I think that people.
Let's stop it right there, real quick. Oh God, she's really defensive. Why is Nicki so defensive in her bars? Do you think that Safari, because she said that he tried to tarnish her career, did he tarnish her career in basically saying that she had a writer this whole time? Did he tarnish her credibility? Would you say
kind of like, yeah, because like Funk Master Flex was saying, it's like automatically people believe that I believe it, you believe it, because there's a whole history, of people thinking that, Jay-Z, Foxy, so-called Biggie, Kim, et cetera, people just think that people is writing for people, so I could see why her frustration. It's almost like somebody had a lie on you for they said they was writing your shit, for all this time, and then like you ain't really want to address it all this because you ain't really want to give them light. So now it's coming out like, man, fuck you for all these years, people thinking this and that. So I don't, I kind of feel Nicki on that shit.
I got the right to throw that smoke right now?
A little bit, yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
You agree with Funk Master Flex, and obviously she wasn't writing her own stuff. We all did. Now, would you think that was a female thing? Because they get into the conversation and they talk about, well, I'm going to let them talk about it.
Yeah.
Until I was done. And then I would read them back to him. And down in the DM remix, same thing. I wrote it in bed and I would let him hear it after I'm done.
I think at the time when that was being said, Nicki, I think as time went on, what was bothering Safari was coming to the surface. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think it's sad that my culture turned on me when I put so much. Yeah, with my writing, I've always been adamant that not only I write my own raps, but that I want all women to write their own raps.
But there's a lot of rappers not writing.
It doesn't matter about what they're doing. My thing is just because I'm a woman.
But not just because you're a woman.
So if I was a man and a man came out and said I've been writing their raps, you wouldn't believe them? No, you wouldn't, because you would think.
I gotta jump in. I did believe when some reference tracks came out. I did believe that.
Listen to what you just said. Have you ever heard any reference tracks about me, but you believed it because I'm a female?
No, wait,
you didn't hear reference tracks from Drake. If you didn't hear reference tracks associated with Drake, you would have never believed it.
Correct.
I'm a woman.
You're right. I want to say right. Yeah.
Thank you. So there's a double fucking standard. I've written every fucking rap of my whole career.
I do agree. There's a double standard.
What's your thoughts?
I don't know, man. That defensive thing, at first I didn't hear it, but now I'm kind of hearing it a little bit, that she's like kind of like, yo, no, like I did it. I'm not saying that she didn't, but just analyzing the situation, a little bit of defense, but I'm starting to think, is that shit true what Safari said about her? She's a little, well, go ahead.
You see, the look in her eyes says, we're not going to play it on here. You hear the audio, but you go there for yourself. It's on Hot 97 this morning, an hour and some change. What do you say about her? Because she takes a lot of criticism when it comes to female rappers. A lot of people say she shades Lil Kim. A lot of people say she shades now Cardi B. But she's always seemed like in interviews, she tries to uplift females. And I know people are going to shred me in the comment section for saying that. It's my opinion. Y'all leave what you leave. But what do you say to her to saying that she wants all female rappers to write her bars? Because we've also said, and we've also known that Miss Queen Cardi B, shout out to the new mom, hasn't wrote her bars. And we've seen what DJ Self and Nicki Minaj had to say to each other this morning on Twitter. That was apparently in rumoring that DJ Self said Cardi B's album was better than Queen. So was that a shot? And I don't want to throw stuff out there because Nicki, don't come at us, Miss Nicki. But come at us if you want to. It's up to you, Pauls. You know what I mean? What do you say to that? Did she come in at Cardi B? And does she really want female rappers to all write their bars? Because we all know that Cardi didn't write that album.
So you kind of saying that maybe that was a little jab at Cardi, or does she really wants female rappers to write their own bars?
I'm asking you.
Because I mean, you know, I wouldn't say that it was a jab. Maybe she's like generally, you know, because there's always kind of been this stigma, like these female rappers was kind of like it was so few. And Nicki Minaj, let's be real about it, she kind of kicked down the door to like to because when Kim and all them kind of left, it was like a real big void. So Nicki Minaj opened that door back up for female rappers to be relevant. So maybe she feel like she's like, you know, like the trailblazer for this, and she wants to see female rappers be respected again in the game. And being respected means they got to write their own bars.
Does Nicki deserve the flack for the Lil Kim? Because a lot of people say that she bit Lil Kim style like a motherfucker. But you just said that there was a gap in between female rappers and Nicki Minaj. So, I mean, just to elaborate on it.
Yeah, but, well, if you listen to Lil Kim's story, she got a whole story about, you know, what happened. You know, that's why, you know, it'd be good to talk to Big Fendi. I mean, shout out to Big Fendi out there. A couple people that were around that time who can shed more light, you know, on this. Diddy, Birdman, you know, it's rumored that you know, they did a song together. And I think the song is out there. I don't think it's a rumor. I think I actually heard it with my own Twitter. It's been so long. And it was a song that they did, but I guess Lil Kim got the best of it, so they ain't put that song out. And then ever since then, like Lil Kim seemed like she was, you know, kind of being blackballed, and this girl just came up and kind of took her style. I know you don't believe that theory, but this girl came up with the help of others, took her style, took her swag, and kind of thrusted her, you know, into that role.
Let me tell you why I don't believe it all the way, or why I don't give it the excuse for Lil Kim.
Right.
She was great. Lil Kim was a monster. Lil Kim had everything it took to be the queen that she is. Why didn't she evolve? If she bit off you, why didn't you bite back and bite harder and bite better? Is my only question. We're in a day and age, and it was slowly becoming... You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna get in trouble for that, but it is what it is. It's my opinion.
Right.
Why didn't she evolve with the time? When you see a day and age where the whole blackball thing is so hard nowadays, and it was starting to get into that wave. You've seen the Forbes DVDs and things like that. People were starting to kind of create their own voice, their own sound. We see what the South was doing. There was a lane for an independent to really do their own thing. Why didn't Kim do that? Why do you feel as though why does she feel as though she was blackballed? Is that an excuse?
It could be. A lot of people could say that's an excuse. She should have evolved. She should have got out of it. But again, I don't know how the industry works behind the scenes too much to like what you know, what the power of blackballing really means. You know, I don't think, you know, we've been that far to see, you know, but I do, you know, we think, you know, a lot on the same things. And I think that she should have been able to overcome it. But then you have some people who say she never really fell off like that. She just kind of, you know what I mean? She still got a loyal fan base and whatnot. And so, you know, I don't know, but Nicki Minaj definitely did the damn thing back then. I mean, she did the thing.
No, what do you agree with her in her argument that she wrote everything? I think that I believe from what she said and everything that she wrote her own stuff, and I don't ever think that it was a time where where anybody questioned her lyrically. I think that even with Cardi B coming up and rising, the argument when you put the two queens against each other was Nicki writes, Cardi doesn't.
And that's relevant. Like, you know I mean, Nicki's the truth. She's the truth. And if you're writing your own shit, and not only writing your own stuff, but able to, you know, stay on top as long as she did, well, they got to be about a decade at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like that alone right there is enough to, you know, to solidify her spot. Now, you got your Remy's and stuff like that. But at this point, man, you got to give it to Nicki.
You got to. There's a little bit more of this interview. Now, this interview, like I said, was an hour and some change. We got 7-minute clip of it. So definitely not the whole entire interview. Go check that out if you want to. But I want to play the last little bit. Let's get your thoughts on what she says here. Right here. Let me play that now.
Yes, I did put you in that category because that's what I was used to. And usually when it was a successful female rapper next to a big rapper, like how you were next to Gucci, you were next to Wayne, it felt like that. And then I feel like Safari, maybe knowing the older knowing that what a lot of people had believed a New York rapper to be, a female, and him saying that, yes, I did. He used that. He manipulated the world because of that prior information. The world knowing that other big female MCs have gotten people right for them. He knew by saying that it wouldn't be a stretch, and he knew by so many people He knew by so many people always wanting to tear me down in some way, and they just couldn't find something to tear me down with. He knew that was it, and that had the only reason he did that was because he was hurting inside, because he shitted on me and finally got shitted on.
Let me ask you a question, though, guy, because we've both been in relationships. We both fucked up in relationships. We know how breakups go. Is this a situation where this is just real nasty, dirty, just laundry being thrown right now? Or does she have validity to her argument?
I mean, every relationship, most of them, there's always things that could be, it could be tension that could be left in them. Like, oh, you did this, nigga, you cheated this, you did this, and you slept with this nigga, whatever. It's always in any relationship. But that's what this definitely sounds like.
You know what I mean? So now that the hip hop part of it's over, now Safari definitely responded. He loves attention. Safari probably was eating this shit up because now it brings his name back into the conversation. He jumped on his Twitter probably a couple hours ago and he said this: towards the end, it got toxic and I just packed up and left. I did things for spite, so did you. I don't wish you bad and I don't want us back together, just like I'm sure you don't. I don't need you, you don't need me, but we'll always be linked in the public no matter what. Remember the night you cut me and I almost died? The police and ambulance had to take me out of the crib on the stretcher and I had to lie and tell them I was trying to kill myself so they wouldn't take you to jail. When things like that start happening more and more, it's time to dip one more time. And you know what? I still don't have to hate for you. Excuse me. And you know what? I still don't have hate for you because I'm happy in my own mind now. Enjoy your album dropping. I'm still letting these people see you sweat. This ain't you. You're too big to act this way. You be acting number one on your levels. Act like that.
Woo. Damn, I agree. I mean, I definitely, because we were just saying that. I was just saying that to you, and we agreed on it. Like, you got to be on like a Jay-Z level. Like, let them talk. I'm the queen of this shit. I done broke every record. I got a new record out. I'm the talk of the town. I just dropped the Hot 97 interview. I'm that shit. They ain't talking about Cardi. They talking about me now.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Should Safari, as a man, even be on Twitter arguing with a female?
No.
Or should he, as a man, if he really had issue with Nicki, good and goddamn well he can get in touch with her. If he had issue with her on that Funk Fleck issue, why he ain't go, yo, why don't you hit up Nicki?
I mean, but
hit her up.
What he said is real.
He jumped on Twitter though. That wasn't an attention grab.
Yeah, it was. He know what he's doing. He's a marketer. He knows exactly what he's doing.
So I mean, so they both just being female right now. That's a kind of a. And I ain't got no shot. I'm not throwing shots at Safari. Maybe I am throwing shots at Safari, but I would love to ask him, man to man, what do you get out of coming at a female on Twitter? I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, she can say what she wants. So all the fucking smoke you want. I done got smoke thrown at me. I done got fist thrown at me. I remember the time some shit happened to me when I got caught cheating. Shit happens. Why air that on Twitter?
Because it's like, again, it's that. I'm not saying that, that is right, but Nicki Minaj comes at you, you're going to respond on Twitter. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's like, just, you know what I mean? You're going to respond. It's like, he got a brand he's trying to promote. And then, like he said, they're always going to be connected no matter what. Everybody still thinks he was the writer for, and they had the relationship and all that. So I agree. That statement that he said is real. And you agreed. You said it like she's kind of like defensive. He's sweating. Nicki fall back.
She's defensive in the right of defending her craft. I don't think anyone would disagree that she's dope at what she does. He's sitting here throwing shade and throwing shots about their personal relationship on Twitter. Now, he did say this. I want to talk about this for a second because Nicki went at a lot of people on Twitter this morning. She wasn't just at Safari. She went at DJ Self last night for shit that she was on Clue talking on 105.1, and she apparently shaded DJ Self. Safari said this: so what if DJ Envy and DJ Self support me? They support you too. I've been places and they play your music all the time. Stop letting your hate for me reflect on others treat you. You hate me, I love you, and I want you good, but I don't like how you look. You're losing it. Now, we all heard DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club say if she said what she said as far as having goons come up to DJ Self and put hands on him based off his opinion, that they were going to get together and not play her shit anymore. Shit's getting real, man. Is Nicki doing too much in defense? Because she doesn't need to defend herself to this regard. I don't think anybody would deny the fact that she's a beast and deserves her right on the
Does
quip.
Cardi B have her sweating? You think does Cardi B have Nicki sweating at this point?
I think the people have her sweating. Yeah. I think if Rhapsody started getting the accolades that she deserves, because she's a real spitter, if people start throwing her extra attention and those comments started getting her comment section, I think that would start affecting her. I don't think that it's a female in particular that affects Nicki. I think it's the people, which is crazy. The very people
she's human.
She's definitely human, and it's not easy. We get trolled and shit, and we get in our
times a million. Yeah. Imagine that.
A million.
No matter what you look at, anytime you look at something that's in your face, it's in your face.
Shouldn't you have a certain amount of discipline at that point to just go, I got to turn this shit off? Like you have every right. You could drop something on your account and log off, automatically have it signed in. I don't know. I think you're right. Everyone's human. That would get us to thousands of people and then throwing shade. And you're like, motherfucker, who are you?
Yeah, the same shit over and over.
You're going to say something.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
But is she losing it at this point? Would you agree with Safari?
Yeah, you got to have an outlet. You got to have some type of an outlet to say, you know what? Like sometimes you could be in the middle of writing a response to somebody, really. You know what I'm saying? And you'll like delete it just because, I'm not going to give them that attention. So you got to have the discipline. She's been in the game forever to say, you know what, let them go ahead and talk. I'm going to talk to this music. I'm going to keep on doing the chart thing, doing the numbers. But, maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know.
End result.
Time's up.
End result. What do you see Queen at, man? Is Queen a dope album? What do you rate Queen?
Solid body of work.
Absolutely.
Definitely a solid body of work. Cardi B, she got a lot of songs on the radio. She's breaking. She just posted some more stuff. She went gold, platinum. They're both doing their thing. This is what we wanted. We wanted to both see them doing their thing. So I'm excited for Nicki. Good body of work, and let's see how long she can continue to stay on the top.
Facts. I think that she should kind of just turn her phone off and ignore what people are saying out here. Continue to just create great music that your fans and supporters absolutely love. And if they don't play you on the radio because you're making some enemies, you better put that shit on social media so the motherfuckers hear it. You can go on tour and make some money.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored True Podcast with your brother OGod and Sam, man. We're going all the way in today. We want to encourage everybody listening on YouTube, especially go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure that you share this video. We do appreciate everybody that's going to participate and do that in advance. Yeah, man. So, Uncensored Truth Podcast. When we going in today, what you think about Drake and Jay-Z? Seeing each other and greeting each other out in Detroit. What you think about that whole? You've seen the picture.
I think it's dope, but I thought they were beefing.
That's what I said.
I thought it was dope, but then I thought they were beefing. And not that I want to see beef, not that I care, and to see conflict amongst rappers, because I think it's dope to see the two sitting there hand in hand, or sitting there together doing their thing. I think that's dope, but. I thought that they were beefing. I thought that they were shots being thrown here, shots being thrown there. We all know that Jay-Z right now is the top man in hip hop until he leaves. We all say that Kendrick's on top of the game. We see our J. Cole's, and I would agree that them two are 1 and 2. But until Jay leaves, until we see a dive in his craft, he's still sitting at number 1.
Right.
And we all know Drake wants that spot. They came at each other on certain albums, different things, but we always see them collabing together too. So I just think it's odd. I would love to hear what their perspective on each other, because it was all love right there. You know what I mean? But then we'll hear in a bar somewhere or hear a rumor that Drake said something slick or whatever. So do you think that's just all bullshit, or do they just play up to it? Because Jay don't say anything.
It's I think it's all. I mean, Jay, he said some shit in his rhyme. People kind of thought it was about Drake, but he didn't say his name. But I think it's just all on wax in the sport of the game, and that just kind of remember wrestling. You still watch wrestling, but your son watches wrestling and all that. But we used to like think that back in the day that just because they was out there, and then going at each other, but behind the scenes it's all like, that's my man and all that. So same type of deal.
I think that that's a great point. I think they're gonna take jabs. They both call each other number 1, or call themselves number 1. Excuse me. So if you call yourself number 1 and somebody else calling themselves number 1, you're gonna take a shot. Right. You're gonna say what you have to say, but it's all love. And I like the competitive spirit. I think it's good for hip hop. You know what I mean? To be able to do that. I would love to see Drake and Pusha T sit there, and if not clapping it up, sitting there taking a picture together, because it should be all in the sport of hip hop. There should be no personal feelings involved, but we know that would never fucking happen.
Yeah, they hate each other. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother OGod and Sam, and everybody listening, especially everybody coming over from SoundCloud. Peace to you. We want to say everybody on YouTube, please go ahead and hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. It only takes the push of a button. Sam, man, tell us some good news about our man Ghostface.
Hip hop. We're talking hip hop today. Hip hop is in the building. It's alive. And it's well, our man Ghostface, October 5th, The Lost Tapes is set to release his brand new album. We all been waiting for a Ghostface album for a long time. Wu-Tang alum. We all know Iron Man Supreme, clientele, only built for Cuban links. 3 albums that were motherfucking monsters from our man Ghostface Killah. I was riding in the whip and had my little man listening to Tommy Mottola rocking. I mean, trying to show him some real hip hop.
Right.
What do you think, man? He has some real dope collabs on this 13-song album. I see Snoop Dogg on here. Looks like Michael Rappaport is kind of narrating the joint. Benny the Butcher, Buffalo, New York. Shout out to them out there. Raz Kaz, Big Daddy Kane, to name a few. What's your thoughts on real hip hop coming back October 5th? Ghostface dropping some heat.
Very, very excited. Very, very excited to see Face back, you know, dropping some music. Anytime, again, that our thing is the rappers from old dropping new projects, the Nas's, the Pushers, the etc., the Jay-Z's and all that. So yeah, man, I'm in line for this one. Definitely gonna check it out. You know what I mean? Legendary. And let's keep them coming, man. Let's keep them coming.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tidal, shout out to Spotify, whatever your streaming service is, Apple Music, because it gives us the opportunity to be able to just dive into all this music. The open library, it's an internet library of music. It's so dope. Shout out to Ghostface Killah. Just to give you a short story before we move on in the podcast. Met that brother a couple of years ago when I worked back at my job in Brigada, and I did a lot of what do I want to call it? Security work,
right,
for celebrities and stuff like that. And I met him. And he came through the club. He's about my size, 6'4", 6'5". He's big as hell.
Right.
And the most humble dude. Rev Run was spinning. And he sat back and said, yo, homie, do you mind if I go on stage and say hi to Rev Run? And I look at him like, do you know who the fuck you are?
Right.
Yeah, Ghostface. The hell yeah, you can do. Most humble dude in the world. Clapped everyone up. Took every picture that people wanted to take. Never took fame to heart, never took it over his head, man. He deserves to have some good music. He deserves to be praised. Shout out to Ghostface. Shout out to Wu-Tang.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother OGod and Sam. We're going all the way in today. Please go ahead and do me a favor, everybody watching on YouTube, especially hit that like button right there on the screen and make sure that you share this video. We do appreciate the participation. That's the only 2 things we're asking you to do. I want to talk about this, Sam, man. This is by way of Vlad TV. I want to get your opinion on this, man. A Louis Vuitton model convicted of murdering a modeling rival. Now the video is there. We will leave the video on hiphopun.com. Make sure you check it out there. We can't play it on YouTube, you know. But a beef between 2 rival models escalated from a social media feud into a fatal stabbing. Now George Koa, a British, Louis Vuitton model, was recently convicted of murder after stabbing his rival Harry Yazuka 3 times outside, you know, of his home. Sam Ant, what do you think about this? It got so tense. The rival got so crazy that the dude killed him.
It's with you. A worst case of your feelings is getting the absolute best of you. Get out your fucking feelings. Shouldn't nobody had died over this. If you really had a rivalry like this, throw hands.
Right.
You stabbed that dude. What did he do? Fuck your mama. Like, what did he do to render the right to get stabbed? It was really unfortunate. It was a brother, and I definitely saw that. I don't know what the victim's color was. Not that it matters. It definitely doesn't matter in this situation, but it's definitely just sad to see someone lose their life for no reason over a beef in the fashion. I didn't know that they beef like that in the modeling game. I know it got that real.
Gets real.
I guess apparently people losing their lives out there. Apparently.
Yes, sir, man. But yeah, man, it's been another episode of the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother OGod and Sam, man. I want to encourage everybody, please go to hiphopun.com. Go check out the stores we got over there. You know what I mean? Also, we want to encourage people to go to iTunes and go check our man, go pre-order our man TK Kirkland's new hip-hop comedy Gangsta Conversations. Yeah, go check that out right now. We'll leave the link to that, you know, in the description box, as we always do. Sam, man, what you got?
Man, I don't really got much more, man. I think that was really left on the ticker. I want to say shout out to OGod over at Hip Hop News Uncensored. I'm about to take flight real quick, going a little bit of a vacay for a couple of days, but we're going to still smack you with content throughout the day. If there's something pops off, we definitely will hit you. Shout out to everyone that subscribes to the movement of our Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth. We got a real great deal going on right now. If you want to get your music promoted on platforms, if you want to get in front of millions and millions of views throughout the month, make sure you email us. The link will be in the description box for our emails. Get serious about your craft. It's a great affordable price. You see the hats, a little bit of a delay. I got to get on my man when it comes to the motherfucking distribution of these joints, but they will be out soon, courtesy of Amazon and eBay. Appreciate everyone's patience and support on that. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. All right, man. It's the Uncensored Truth Podcast. Another episode. We out of here, man.
Peace.
Saw you and him walking in the rain, baby. You were holding hands, and I will never be the same.
Alana, what's up, girl? Hey, come take this ride with me. Yeah, shut the door, shut the door. What's up, baby? How you been? You still looking good? Holding everything in place.
October 26th, it is going down. Gangsta Conversation, the comedy album from none other than T to the motherfucking K, TK Kirkland, going down. Make sure you pre-order your album right here on iTunes. Link in the description box right now. Gangsta Conversation, T to the motherfucking K. Get yours right now. And make sure you stay tuned for the head single on that album, Walking in the Rain, sponsored by TK Kirkland. Get yours right now.
Holding everything in place like we